All right, y'all. I wanted to go ahead and get this out of the way. It's something that I wanted to really cover about 5 days ago. I wanted to cover this and get ahead of it. But I just kind of got caught up with a lot of other things. And so just getting into it, y'all. There was a post some weeks ago on a channel that I follow, okay, on one of these social media outlets, or it was a community page. And it was a so called black man, I believe, who posted a video about that presidential candidate, and he was being critical of them claiming to be black. All right. And so there were a number of people that pulled up, they had things to say about it. However, there was one person that does frequent the page, and I want to, make a little side note here. This page is really just full of aspiring so called black folks for the most part, that are trying to get their podcasts off the ground. Okay. All right. The majority of people that are frequenting this page, nobody is major. Okay. All right, nobody is major for real. And so I just want to, say that on a side note. But there were a number of people that pulled up and had things to say. But there was this one person that stood out. And the reason why she stood out is because she claims to be a college graduate. She claims to be a psychologist. I think she's a psychologist. She claimed to be, and she claims to be a doctor, of course. All right. And so I was looking at what she was saying, okay? And what she was doing was being critical of this so called black man, that was really just calling out facts. That was really just, trying to stand for so called black culture, okay? Calling out people and vultures who are pulling up to exploit so called black people in their culture, all right, for their own agenda that really don't mean nothing for so called black people, all right. So he was calling this out, and she had a problem with this dude being critical of calling out this candidate for claiming to be so called black, all right, even though this person is not so called black. All right. She had a problem with somebody standing for and defending so called black people. Okay. And so, I kind of like pressed her about it, Now at this time, it wasn't, um, it wasn't, well known that her and her team had just came on out and said, look, okay, yes, she's more Indian than anything. And, really, she's not black. She's not a so called black person. And so that wasn't all the way shared that. And I assumed that that's why that person really made that statement. Okay. Because she was still out here trying to promote and campaign, all right, with that propaganda. Okay. And so the main reason why I called that person out for real is because I've told y'all in other videos that it's people like her, man, that participated in convincing so-called black people to buy into the civil rights and throw away everything that they had going on before. You know, it was people like her. They'll be out here calling themselves doctors and all these important people. And, that other side would entertain it. They will promote them a little bit here and there, like this person, because I think that this person has been featured on places like Foxhole. All right. They have pictured this person with a few of the celebrities. I know that she was pictured with, Jonathan Major and Megan Good. But these are a very important part of uh what they put out here, man, when they are trying to get so-called black people especially to attach to and co-sign these agendas, okay, that are really just only about them exploiting and using so-called black people again so that they can get what they want, okay? And at the end of the day, it really don't mean nothing for so-called black people. All right. And so, I was kind of like critical of that, but eventually I got to the point, I used her as an example uh in a video. Okay. In a video, I had kind of used her as an example and I had broke down just this, what I'm telling y'all. How these people are being used and stuff. And so she uh decided because, once it was uploaded, I had the folks uploaded on TikTok. I did not upload it on YouTube. I will be. But I went and I did share the link with her. And so, what I discovered and found out, what she decided to do, all right, this person that claims that she's so important, this psychologist, this doctor, okay, what she decided to do was run over to my bro's channel. I think it was just his channel. And, pretty much just conduct herself like the best definition of a chicken head. All right. She was all in the comment section calling people names, from what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? Having a fit. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Just really being unprofessional. If these are your doctors out here today, this is one of the reasons why this country is upside down. They tell you about mental health. This is who they're telling you to see. Okay. She was also over there talking about how we're nobodies. We don't got no comment. Girl, you ain't telling us nothing. I was about to say woman, but we got to make sure we're correct about this. You ain't telling us nothing that we don't know and nobody else don't know. All right? But that's where a lot of y'all resort to because you know that you're not standing on anything against us nowhere else. Okay? So you can kind of like sit around and poke fun at the fact that they continue to keep a cap on the truth. Okay? That's where our belief lies about, the reason we are these little video channels in small time. But that's okay. Because when we can get somebody like yourself to jump down, all right, to be so immature the way that you were, all right, we don't need the subs. All right, I've always said that. We don't need the subs. Okay? We got enough of your peoples over there with a hawk eye on these channels and the things that I say, it ain't really even necessary like that. You know what I'm saying? That we need people subbing up or whatever. Now, we do aspire to hopefully get a few more views here and there, but it is what it is. Thing is, what is your excuse? All right, we understand that the truth stands alone, but we got you over there because you were pulling up trying to talk about people or nobodies. And when we kind of look at the things that you have access to, the circles that you are a part of, and what you're talking about, why are you struggling? Because I mean, last time I checked, all right, my little video channel was doing better than your YouTube channel as far as subs and stuff like that. And me personally, I'm not one to really want to get into the conversation, all right, because that stuff is just a vanity metric. But you resorted to it because you didn't have anything else, okay? And you were way too afraid to pull up and, try to debate me on the points that I made. You took it to high school walls and halls. After you got pressed, you were exposed for really not being a doctor. All right? You try that in the comment section again, you're going to be blocked up out of here like you did when you cowered out over there on TikTok.